Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, very good afternoon. Okay, so look, last in my last class we have completed the tangent and normal chapter. Okay, so today we can start a new topic, that is the increasing and decreasing function. Okay, so today we'll do increasing and decreasing function. Okay. Okay, so do you have any idea about increasing and decreasing function? Do you have any idea about that? What do you mean by increasing function and what do you mean by decreasing function? No, sir. Okay, so increasing function means if the value of the function is gradually increased, then the function is called a increasing function. Means if I draw a graph, okay, and if the value of the function is gradually increased like that, so the function is known as increasing function. I am giving an example. For example, if we consider f of x is equal to, suppose, x, it is a function. Okay, now let's put the value of x equal to 0. Then what will be the value of f of x at x equal to 0? So value of the function at x equal to 0, that will be equal to 0. Now increase the value of x. Let x equal to 1. So value of the function at x equal to 1, that will be 1. Now put x equal to 2, then the value of the function at x equal to 2 is 2. If we put x equal to 3, so f of 3 will be equal to 3. Now whenever we increase the value of x, corresponding value of the function is increased. This type of function is known as increasing function. Okay, and if I take another example, suppose f of x is equal to suppose 1 by x. Okay, f of x equal to 1 by x. Now put x equal to 0, then not 0, in the in 0 point it is not defined. So at x equal to 1, the value of the function is f of 1, that is equal to 1 by 1, means 1. Value of the function at x equal to 2 is 1 by 2, that means 0.5. Look, when you increase the value of x, the value of fx is decreased. Again increase the value of x, so f of 3 will be equal to 1 by 3, so that is equal to 0.33. Again the value of the function is decreasing. If I put f of 4, so it is 1 by 4, that is 0.25. So when we increased the value of x, the corresponding value of y or f of x is decreasing. So this type of function is called a decreasing function. And if we draw the graph of any decreasing function, so it will be like that. The value of the function will gradually decreased. Okay, understood? What is the increasing function and decreasing function? Okay, now we will give you the mathematical definitions of an increasing function and decreasing function. How to check a function is an increasing function or a decreasing function. Okay, so let us consider an increasing function. Okay, take 2 points here. One point is, suppose, x, and one point is here, which is x plus h, where h is greater than 0. So this value is f of x, and this value is f of x plus h. Now as the function is an increasing function, so value of f of x plus h means the value of the function at x equal to x plus h will be greater than the value of the function at x equal to x. So we can write as x plus h is greater than x for all h greater than 0. Okay, so f of x plus h will be greater than f of x, isn't it? Now do one thing, that means from here we can write f of x plus h minus f of x is greater than 0. Now do one thing, divide both sides by h. So left hand side will be f of x plus h minus f of x by h, and the right hand side will be 0. 0 by h means 0. Now if I take limit as h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h is greater than 0. Now tell me one thing, what is this? Limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h. What is this? What is this term? Can you tell me? What is that? What is this one? Represent? Yes, this is the derivative. This represent the derivative. So this is actually f dot x, derivative of the function at x equal to x, that is greater than 0. So a function is said to be increasing function if f dot x greater than 0 for all x belongs to its domain. For all x belongs to its domain. Got it? Now we'll derive when the function is a decreasing function, then what happened? If the function is a decreasing function, take 2 point at x equal to x, so this value is f of x, this value, and if this is at x plus h, so this value is f of x plus h. Now as the function is a decreasing function, so value of f of x will be greater than value of f of x plus h. That means f of x plus h will be less than f of x. F of x plus h will be less than f of x. Okay, so f of x plus h minus f of x, this value will be less than 0. Now divide it by h and take limit. Limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h is less than 0, and this term is actually f dot x less than 0. So a function is decreasing function when f dot x is less than 0 for all x belongs to its domain. Okay, so these are the two mathematical formula to check whether a function is an increasing function or decreasing functions. Understood? Okay, now we'll see the geometrical interpretation of increasing function or decreasing function. Okay, so we'll do first increasing case. So let f of x is an increasing function, like that. This function is f of x, and let us consider an arbitrary point P whose coordinate is x plus y. Okay, now do one thing, draw a tangent at the point P which make an angle psi with the positive direction of x axis. Now can you tell me what is the slope of the tangent? At the point P, what is the slope of the tangent? The line is making an angle psi with the positive direction of x axis. So the slope of the line is if a line makes an angle alpha with the positive direction of x-axis, so what will be the slope of that line? Yes, tan alpha, actually tan psi. So slope of the line is tan psi. And one thing, one more question, that if the function is an increasing function, so what will be the value of psi? It will be acute angle or obtuse angle? It will be acute angle or obtuse angle? Acute angle, very good. So psi, the value of psi is, it is actually belongs to 0 to pi by 2. It will belongs to 0 to pi by 2. Okay, and what is the value of tan psi when psi belongs to this interval? Means actually on the first quadrant, if I draw the quadrant, this is the first quadrant where the range of the angle is 0 to pi by 2. On the second quadrant, pi by 2 to pi, and third quadrant, pi to 3 pi by 2, and it is 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. So if the range of the phi is pi by 2, that means the point is on the first quadrant. And what is the value of tan psi where psi is the first quadrant? Is the value greater than 0 or less than 0? We know that in first quadrant the value of tan psi is greater than 0. So tan psi is greater than 0. Okay, so value of tan psi is greater than 0 where psi is on the first quadrant, 0 to pi by 2. I am giving the open interval. Okay. Now look, in previous class when we were doing the chapter tangent and normal, we learned that the slope of the tangent at any point P is given by dy dx. Isn't it? So again slope of the tangent at the point P whose coordinate is x comma y is given by dy dx or f dot x. Okay, look, this is the slope of the line, this is also slope of the line. So if I compare these two, can you write that f dot x is equal to tan psi, and whose value is greater than 0 where psi belongs to this interval? So finally we have that f dot x is greater than 0 when x is belongs to the first interval, x is belongs to pi by 0 to pi by 2. X, okay, that means the function is a increasing function on its domain. Actually not x belongs to pi by 2, actually on its domain. Okay, any problem? No. Now we'll now derive the second case when the function is a decreasing function. So in decreasing function, when the function is decreasing function, then if we draw the graph, so graph will be like that. And if I take any point here and if we draw a tangent at that point, and if we consider that the psi is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis, so the value of psi will be greater than 90 degree, means it is a obtuse angle. And if the value of psi is greater than 90 degree, pi by 2 to pi, that means if it's lie on the second quadrant, So we know that this is actual coordinate of sine and cosec, and value of tan at the second quadrant is negative, means less than 0. So that means tan psi is less than 0 when psi belongs to this interval. Okay, so slope of the line will be tan psi, and also slope of the line is f dot x. Now if I compare these two, we can write that f dot x is equal to tan psi, which is less than 0 in the interval pi by 2 to pi. That means f dot x is less than 0. So when a function is a decreasing function, so f dot x is less than 0. This is the complete proof. Okay. Now let me draw a graph. Suppose this is x axis, this is y axis. Okay, let us draw a graph. Like this. Okay, so this is the 0 point, this is pi point, this is 2 pi point, this is 3 pi point, suppose. Okay, what is the which function's graph is that? This graph is this is graph of which function? Can you tell me? This is sine graph. Yes, very good. This is sine graph. Now look, this point is pi by 2. That means from 0 to pi by 2, the function is an increasing function, and from pi by 2 to pi, the function is a decreasing function. Again, from pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, this is 3 pi by 2, the function is again decreasing function, and then from 3 pi by 2 to pi, the function is again increasing function for this interval. Okay, so from here to here, the function is a increasing function. From here to here, the function is a decreasing function. Okay, but if we consider 0 to 2 pi, so can you say that the function is an increasing function or decreasing function? If a function is increasing on the on a sub interval and then decreasing on another sub interval, then the function is called neither increasing function nor decreasing function. But this is increasing function to 0 to pi by 2. This is decreasing function to in pi by 2 to 3 pi. But when you consider the whole interval, the sine graph is not neither decreasing function nor increasing function. Okay? Got it? Okay. So now let's take a few examples. Okay. Let us take one example. F of x is equal to 2x plus 3, where x belongs to real number. We have to check whether the function is an increasing function or decreasing function in this interval, means in that domain when x is a real number. Okay, so to prove this this one, that is it is a increasing function or decreasing function, there are two procedure. Okay, I am doing both the procedure. Look, if we consider a graph like that, which is increasing in some part of the interval and decreasing on the some part of interval, so we can't say that the function is an increasing function or it is a decreasing function. So in that case, we call the function is neither increasing function nor decreasing function throughout its domain. Okay, for example, what is the domain of sine theta? What is the domain of sine theta? No, this is the range. Shreya, whatever you told, it is range. Domain. What is the domain of sine theta? Quick, tell me. Domain of sine theta is real number, total real number. Okay, total real number. Okay, so this is our real number line. Okay, actually I have drawn the graph of cos theta actually. Okay, so look, this graph is increasing in this part and from here to here. Okay, we're considering from this part. This is decreasing from here to here, sorry, here to this point, and increasing from here to this point to this point. Okay, so if I consider this interval from here to here, the function is increasing, decreasing in this portion and increasing in this portion. So we can say that the function is decreasing or the function is increasing. So this type of function which is increasing in some part of its domain and decreasing in some part of its domain, this type of function are called neither increasing function nor decreasing function. For example, sin x, cos x, etc. This is neither increasing function not decreasing functions. Okay, now you got it, sir? Now look, I have given an example that f of x equal to 2x plus 3, we have to check whether the function is an increasing function or decreasing function of its domain. Okay, so it has two procedure. We'll solve the problem in both the way. So first way is we have to differentiate this function, differentiating with respect to x. What happened? That f dot x is equal to 2 plus 0. Derivative of 2x is 2 and derivative of 3 is 0. That means 2. Which is greater than 0. That means f dot x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. F dot x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. That means what we can say? That means we can say that the function f of x is increasing function on every point on the real number. So this is the first procedure, very easy, and it has another procedure. Let us consider two number x1 and x2 such that x2 is greater than x1, x2 is greater than x1. Now multiply both sides by 2. So 2 of x2 will be greater than 2x1. Okay, now add both sides by 3. So 2x2 plus 3 is greater than 2x1 plus 3. And what is the value of this function 2x2 plus 3? This is f of x2 is greater than f of x1. That means x2 greater than x1 implies f of x2 greater than f of x1. That means the function is a increasing function. Okay, this is the two procedure to check whether the function is an increasing function or not. Okay, now let's solve few problems from your exercise. Your exercise number is Okay, 6.2. From question number 1. First question is so that the function f of x is equal to 3x plus 17 is a strictly increasing function on the real number r. Okay, so check this function is an increasing function or not. Okay, so differentiate this. So differentiating with respect to x, we have f dot x is equal to 3, and f dot x is equal to 3. 3 means which is always greater than 0, always greater than 0 for all x belongs to its domain, its real number. That means f dot x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to what? So that means f of x is a strictly increasing function. Is a strictly increasing function. Okay, understood? Sridhar, I'm giving your answer. I'm giving you answer later on. Okay, just wait. After completing the class, I'm answering your question. Okay, now let's move to the next question. The next question is f of x equal to x square. F of x is equal to e to the power twice x. F of x is equal to e to the power twice x. Now differentiate it. Differentiate it. So differentiating with respect to x, we have f dot x is equal to, now tell me what is the derivative of e to the power 2x. What is the derivative of e to the power twice x? Yes, 2 e to the power twice x. 2 e to the power 2x. And look, value of e to the power x is always greater than 0 for all x belongs to r. So that means we can say that f dot x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to r. That means the function is increasing function, strictly increasing function on real number. Completed. Okay, and the last question, okay, for today, question number 3a. So that the function f of x equal to sin x is strictly increasing on the interval 0 to pi by 2. So question number 3 is f of x is equal to sin x. We have to check it is strictly increasing function on 0 to pi by 2, this interval. Okay, so differentiate it. F dot x is equal to cos x. Now on 0 to pi by 2 means on the first quadrant, what is the value of cos x? It is positive or negative. Every trigonometric function has a positive value on the first quadrant. So cos x, value of cos x must be greater than 0 for all x belongs to this interval. So f dot x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to 0 to pi by 2. That means on that interval the function f of x is strictly increasing. That means f of x is strictly increasing function on the interval 0 to pi by 2. And if we consider thus, if we consider this interval pi by 2 to pi, means on the second interval, and we know that on the second interval value of cos x is less than 0. Okay, so also value of cos x is less than 0 for all x belongs to pi by 2 to pi. On this interval value of cos x is less than 0. That means f dot x is less than 0 for all x belongs to pi by 2 to pi. That means the function is strictly decreasing on the interval pi by 2 to pi. Strictly decreasing on the interval pi by 2 to pi, and hence this is the complete proof. Okay, so tell me, have you any questions regarding today's class? Yes, I'm giving that one.